What's up, YouTube? Griever here, and I am in my new workshop, in my new home. Finally, everything is done, and to the point of where I can actually start doing mods, I can start doing reviews, and I can start, more importantly, I can start doing videos for you guys. I definitely want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers who have stuck with me during my turbulent few months, with everything that went on with my friend, getting the household, getting my old household, getting this house bought, getting moved in. It's just been like a gigantic roller coaster. So thank you very much for sticking it out with me. And thank you to all of my new subscribers who have come on since I've posted my last video. So big thank yous to that, and welcome to the channel. So now, getting on to it, the purpose of this video, the long anticipated review of the Bloody Hell 4K, and while it may not be, I would say, anticipated by most, it's been anticipated by one person, and I promised this was coming out, and by God it is. So, this is an overhauled AirTech 4000 made by my boy Miguel, and I'm just going to go over the cosmetic work that he did on it, the little additions that he did, the mods that he's done as well, and just give my overall impression of it. So, going over the aesthetics of it, I gotta say, the 4K1 is a beast. The shell alone is gigantic. Like, I have here a stock 3K, and just holding these things together, side by side, the 3K alone doesn't even get to the tip of the shell, like not even the turret, just the tip of the shell of the 4K itself. So I mean, that just shows you the massive size of this thing. Going over the paint job, Miguel did a flat black spray paint, and as you can see, it has some blood red dripping or splatter effect, I should say, which gives it its wonderful moniker of the Bloody Hell 4K. Cool thing is also, the 4K only came in one color. Brief history lesson. 4K only came in one color. Since it's really kind of hard to see with the inner shell of what the original color is, best thing I could say was kind of like this color. But on the plus side to that, the other cool thing is this is actually red on the original 4K, so it just lent itself perfectly to the aesthetics of the blaster. He did do a pump replacement. Oh, I'm sorry, before I get onto that, let me finish up the cosmetics. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Cosmetically, the paint job is phenomenal. I do love it. I love the flat black. It gives it a nice, I want to say gunmetal finish, but I don't want to say that because, you know, for fear of I want to use this in a Nerf war. The one downside is, though, Miguel did say, this was spray paint. It's not vinyl dye, so it is, I have noticed it is chipping in the handles here and on the back. Overall, that's not something I'm too terribly worried about. The spots where it's kind of like come up, it's easy touch up. He did tell me, though, when I did get this, that he did not clear coat it, which is understandable. This was his first one, and it was also a bit of a rush job, and I'll get to that later on. But I mean, overall, it's not terribly bad. I mean, I plan on probably taking this thing apart anyway, just to put a clear coat on it, because I want to preserve this really good paint job. Going on to now I almost forgot these. I don't know why. I keep thinking wanted to remember to talk about them, and I almost pass them up. He did also add some Picatinny rails to the system as well, which is really cool, because I can make this now like super tactile and shit. So he has one here where the original pump was, one on top here, which he did have to carve out to fit in, but I mean, overall it still looks fine. The other side, though, however, does not have a picketing rail. He did tell me he ran out of them. I'm like, fine, whatever. So, I mean, I can still do some cool stuff with it if I had some Picatinny accessories, which I don't, but, I mean, I can always pick some cheap airsoft stuff up just to make it look sweet. So, yeah, that's the aesthetics. Going on to the modifications, he did do the standard, as in with most AirTech blasters, the pump replacement. This looks, usually when you do a air pump replacement on an AirTech unit, be it the 3K or the 4K, you're usually adding either a MagStrike pump or a Hornet pump. This is the Hornet pump. You can tell by the way the grip looks. The Hornet pump is usually the dark gray one. Usually you get that with the Unity system or standalone, which the only one that still sells it standalone is, or the Unity system, is Toys R Us or Amazon. But just to get that just for this pump is extremely expensive. You either got to get it through Goodwill or get it through a trade or cheap on eBay or something. The MagStrike I think is a little easier to come by. I do have one set aside for that 3K that I showcased earlier. So that's where that's going to go. The barrels are PETG. I believe the barrels came from Venom along with this spacer, which is really cool. These pieces were done by Venom. You can find him on Nerf Haven. He does a great amount of polycarb work and also sells I believe still sells them, these barrel setups for 3Ks, 4Ks. I don't know if he does Doomsayers. He might. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, best thing to do, go check him out. He has a lot of cool stuff, a lot of good polycarb replacement pieces for the older vintage stuff, or the more brittle stuff, I should say. Miguel also did brass the turret, or I should say the, he put brass into the back of the turret, so the brass pretty much, it goes a little higher in some spots, a little lower in others, but pretty much the orange bit of the turret is where the brass is, and that's what the PETG is nestled over, or into. The one small problem with this is, though, Miguel did not remount the brass, so while I'm pushing in a dart, I don't really feel it. But if my finger does go into the barrel a little bit, I can feel the edge of the brass, which that's something I'm not terribly concerned over, but is something I'm definitely going to be addressing once I finally get a chance to put my own little work on it. Because while I'm not really worried about it, I do have in the back of my head I'm gonna try and load it in the middle of a game or something, and my finger's just gonna slip, and I'm gonna just slice it open that brass, and that's gonna just suck for the rest of the day. The barrels are very well secured. He took part of the original turret to make, as you can see here, to make a bit of a stabilized barrel spacer. You have the barrel spacer here from the Venom kit. The other cool thing is he has this really long machine screw going from the bottom of the turret all the way through and out the top of the spacer up here. However, the machine screw is kind of long, so I'm either going to have to cut that down, or I'm going to have to get like a little foam skull and put it on here and make kind of like a 4K Doomsayer. And just because this is a little dangerous, I will admit that right off the bat. Overall performance, this thing is shooting lasers, or it's shooting like zombie ammo or something. I don't know what else to say with the since it's the bloody hell 4K. But I mean, this thing is shooting very, very well. I fortunately don't have any ammo right now, but I mean, the thing is holding pressure well. And just listen. It's got a kick to it. The trigger return, or the pin reset for the tank itself, is a little on the slow side. That I honestly am not overtly concerned about, because this is not a rapid fire blaster. This is you're going to take a shot, and then you're going to have to pump like 8 or 10 times before you can fire again. And by the time you're done pumping, the pin will have reset. So my overall conclusion on this is, for what I have been told was pretty much a first run shot at modifying a 4K, this thing came out really damn good. Now again, like I had pointed out earlier, there were some minor things. The elongated machine screw, the not so much ringed out brass, the no clear coat. These are all just minor things that when I did get this from him, he did tell me that he did the modifications with care, but the shell work and all that kind of stuff, he did kind of rush through a little bit. So it was he was trying to get this ready for APOC, so it was a bit of a rush job. But I mean, overall, for everything else to fall in and fit fine, the three little things that I'm like really kind of bitching about, they're not overly bad, because if on the next go around, I'm sure he knows, okay, I know what I need to do now, so he will have that extra week to put a clear coat on, cut down the screw, remount the brass. So, I mean, for a first go around, this thing is still pretty solid. I hope to God when I do my 3K, it comes out this good. So I love it. So thank you very much for letting me get this from you, Miguel. I do love it. I'm very happy with it. Once I get pegboard, it's going on the wall. So that is my review of this overhauled 4K by my boy Miguel. I hope you like this video. I really do, because, I mean, this is my first video back, so a little nervous, and I do apologize. There is no opening, or there's not going to be a closing after this, because I needed to actually find those files, so I don't know what happened to them. They were on a flash drive. I got to find the flash drive. So I'm not going to have my normal intro or outro for at least another video or two. But now I'm rambling. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and you like my content, please like and subscribe. It just shows me that you really care and that you do want to see more of me. Or throw me a comment. Whatever is fine. So thank you very much for watching. I will catch you guys later.